This is my Baer Monolith 45 ACP. I wanted a good 1911 pistol, and I got one. Very few guns have I ever actually fallen in love with at first sight. And the Monolith is one of them. This gun is absolutely stunning in the way that I believe that it really completed the look that John Browning would have wanted this gun to have. So, what is on a Baer pistol? Well, everything that they do is made in-house. So, that's one of the best things about it. This is a target pistol. And so what you get with this is almost 3 pounds. This thing has a tuned trigger, tuned controls. It's going to have a tuned safety mechanism. It's going to have everything just lined up extremely well. And I'm making this video from the, unsophisticated viewpoint that I'm not a 1911 guy, right? But I've watched 1911 videos on YouTube, much like a lot of you probably do, and I've learned a lot. And I've learned that I wanted one that is not just good, but excellent. So this is the Monolith standard because it has a rounded bottom. There is a Monolith heavyweight that is even more blocked out. So these ones have these trigger parts cut out here. It's going to have a little bit of a checkered front strap. It's going to have beveled magazine well. It's going to have checkering or lines on the back. This is a beaver tail safety, a lightened hammer, an ambidextrous thumb safety. We have target sights in the back that actually say Baer Custom on there. And then on top, you actually have the little Baer guy with his little motor. In front, what we have is black serrated sights, which I hate. And in the rear, black serrated. I actually can't get a local gunsmith to work on this for me because he doesn't work on Baers because they're expensive. And he doesn't want to ruin it. And so I thought, well, okay, understandable. And there's, it's easier to work on things like M16 or M4 type rifles and things that are, that are easier to fix if you mar up or easier to replace if you screw up. So that being said, this thing has been pretty darn reliable for the most part, except for 2 things. And you're going to see that now. Okay, now that we're back, hopefully you've seen my embarrassing mishap with this gun. One of the things I want to talk about here, and just because we're dealing with a nice firearm, let's actually use snap caps when we're talking about this trigger here. So we're going to load up this magazine with the snap cap. See, that's how you can tell that it's safe. Okay, so make sure that if you're loading magazines up with snap caps, that obviously there are only ever snap caps in there and that you don't put a snap cap on top of live ammunition. If you're going to take snap caps out, take them all out. Don't have one magazine with snap caps and one without. Just be safe is really the most important thing. So all my snap caps are out right now for 45. One of the things that you need to know, look at how hard this is. And you actually might see, if I just hold the pistol down here, I actually have a hard time. And I'm not a weak guy. But in order to get some leverage, I kind of need to stick my thumb way up in here to get that. Now, that being said, switching it off, you just got to, put some pressure down there. But look at my thumb. I'm actually, there's a red spot developing from having to push this thing up and down. And I believe it's supposed to be that way. And believe it or not, I want it to be that way. So the ambi side, I don't think you can lift it with your left. I just don't think you can. I think the only way to lift it is with this. So it's an ambi release, but it is, I think the only way you can lift this is from this side. Here's the problem. This trigger pull is so unbelievably light. Watch it. Here's the amount of take up you have, and it's firm take up. It's not sloppy. It's not loose. Hard against a spring, very short wall, and then pop. Pop. Oops, hold on. I got to put my hand on the safety. So, but this is so light that even with the help of the weight, you have the potential of, if you're gripping this too tight and riding this trigger and just kind of letting it out like a lot of guys do, like when you effectively, you know, when you reset the trigger and you can hear it snap and then you shoot again. Sometimes I just leave my finger on the trigger like this. One of the problems is that this trigger is light enough to such a degree that the recoil and me trying to get my hand grip back on here again can make the fire gun twice. Now, that being said, there's a video, as you've seen before, of me going bam, bam. And that was just me trying to reestablish my grip. So I have to change the style in which I shoot. None of my other guns do this. But the trigger is light enough on this that it does that. And other 1911s I have don't do the same thing. I can lightly ride the trigger out. So this is just something that is really not for brand new beginners. It's just not. So that's something to think about, okay? So, but that being said, I think it's beautiful. The bluing on it is spectacular. I mean, truly, it's like the machining is beautiful, and it's been blued so well, including the top and the bottom. And then it's obviously just been sandblasted on some of these parts. I got this gun used for, guess what, $2,000. That is not normal. But the fact is, I found one. It was a dream gun of mine, and I picked it up. It's got these Hogue or VZ grips on there. It might be the less Baer size of grips. If you buy a less Baer, one of the things you need to know is that some of their frames dimensionally are a little different than regular 1911 frames, and they may actually sit a little bit wider. And so in order to fix that, less Baer has had some custom grips made that are a little bit bigger dimensionally than a lot of other 1911 full-size grips. So that's just something you need to know if you have a less Baer. The screws on this were pretty loose, and I am actually really disappointed that just trying to use a standard screwdriver has marred them. So I'm probably going to order some customs and then get some bushings done for this. This gun, though, doesn't really need anything. So for the guys that care, this is the magazine, or excuse me, this is the trigger and rear safety. So I know that some people want to listen to that. It just takes the tiniest amount of pressure. So the trigger is tuned a particular way. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, I guess you can watch videos from Beretta 9mm USA. A gentleman and his son have kind of taught me a lot about 1911s. And so if you ever watch this, I want to let you know I'm grateful for the work you've put in and showing us a little bit about 1911s and what makes them special. So that being said, my accuracy is unbelievable, phenomenal. I've shot low-powered and high-powered rounds through it. I'm shooting a little bit of a pet load as practice ammo with Barry's bullets. But right now, this is just really a target gun. Look at the fitment of everything up here. It's just so nice. It's so unbelievably nice compared to other 1911 pistols. I'll show you. This is my Colt Combat Commander. It's a carry gun. So this one has a lot more, I think, wear and use already. But the fitment on that is just not nearly as good compared to this Les Baer. Now, this Les Baer costs almost 4 times as much, but it is just a fabulous, absolutely wonderful gun. I'm going to make some noises for you listeners. There she is, everybody. So I'm not taking it apart. I don't believe this gun has much ammo through it. Les Baer says that you should not take his guns apart until you've had about 750 rounds through them. So I don't know if this gun ever has had 750 rounds through it, but I believe that it probably has only had a few hundred. So that's it. We'll check back another time, guys.